Cancer, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do an extended reading for you guys. Everything is pre-shuffled, okay? This reading is timeless whenever it finds you. If the tarot is relevant to your energies, then it's relevant for you. Insofar as the astrology is concerned, I'll be focusing on December, okay, with a slight look forward, okay. I'm going to be taking a look at several areas of your life, okay, love, family, career, as well as self, okay. You guys are really popping off with some trines in the Neptune-Jupiter area with Pisces. I would expect that to be very big and grand and dreamy. Pisces is in your 9th house cusp, okay, if you are a true rising, and even if you are not, it is going to be like striking off a lot of abundance and expansion now that Neptune is moving forward, okay. Some of you guys may be dealing with somebody with some fire in their chart, or you may have some fire in your chart and be dealing with a lot of father-mother issues, okay, of one sort or another, okay. I'm going to take a bigger look at it as I go down the line here. But there will be a transition because the sun is in Sag, but it will be transitioning into Capricorn, and by the time we get to the new moon, there's going to be a plethora of activity in Capricorn, all right? So if you have any placements in Sag or Capricorn representing for you guys, this is your 7th house and your 6th house. All right, service, and there may be a lot of like talks and discussion about your daily service, how you service your body, how you service yourself at work. A lot of talks surrounding these things as they relate to income sources and or balance and fairness in relationships. There may be a lot of activities in conjunction with that going on for you guys this month. There also may be a lot of activities either dreaming about travel or actually planning travel. And if you are planning travel, the travel that you're planning, sorry, my deck is upside down. The travel that you're planning may be extremely big in one way or another, okay? Grand plans of one sort or another. Now, I also see that some of you guys may be dealing with like traveling with a mother figure, or considering traveling with a mother figure, or some sort of trip related to family. Now, alternatively, you guys may be studying something, or expanding your thoughts when it comes to organized religion, or you may have somebody else in your sphere that is studying spirituality or something of this sort, okay? Or this could be you. And this is just, from the astrology chart in general for you guys, okay? There is a powerhouse of planets in your 9th house. I also see still a lot of tasks and duties in the 7th house with Saturn going through it, okay? And I'm sorry, in the 8th house, which is death, taxes, and inheritance, as well as deeply transformative sexual relationships. This can actually like kind of put a tiring thing when it comes to like your sexual relationships, if you've been in a long-term commitment, especially with all these duties going through. When you have Saturn going through that part of the chart, it can be indicative that you guys have just a lot to take care of, insofar as business partnerships are concerned, as well as marriages, while others of you may be sealing deals in marriages or business commitments to make them more firm and or reorganizing them in some way, okay? And I do think that reorganization has been a big theme, as well as breaking down of structures and the change of structures due to the square between Saturn and Uranus, okay? So you may have actually seen breakups of business partnerships or change in structures of business partnerships or arrangements and or marriages for one reason or another due to that square that's been so prevalent this year, okay? I will be pulling 4 lanes. I hope you guys are doing well. Then the moon, the full moon that we had on the 7th was extremely powerful. Anytime we have, it's every month, but for you guys, it was conjunct with Mars, as it was for everybody. That's extremely powerful for you guys, since you are so sensitive. It's your ruling planet. So, you know, some of you guys could have, especially with it being in Gemini, felt some under pressure boiling or something, either a fight that went on in the background that you didn't want to talk about, and or emotions or pressures that are going on in the background, almost either from your own subconscious or something like this could have come in, you know, really risen up around the 7th, within a few days before or after. The moon moves so quickly that I think you would be out of it quickly if it involved a fight. However, it may have been a crescendo of an argument in one sense or another, okay? And I do see some like heartbreak surrounding either the justice system or some sadness that you're going through here, having to do with the give and take, whether this is as to a child or as to some sort of relationships. I think that you have a lot of family stuff possibly going on here. Your fifth house is ruled by, you know, it's the home plate for Scorpio, and that has the south node. So there's a lot of issues dealing with the past that you're going through transformation in regards to, that you're being called to transform. All right, because you know, basically you have Uranus, which is a big change for you guys, especially as it deals with your wider networks, okay? With Uranus going through there conjunct with the North Node, you know, there may be a lot of blessings and a lot of change, radical change, and new inventions and new ideas coming in from your 11th house of wider networks, okay? So I do feel like you guys, you know, and this can affect children, creative projects, all sorts of things like this. And there may be some sort of tensions in regards to what you did in the past to this new brand new phase that's coming about, that's really been trickling all year long, very heavily for whoever, you know, for all the signs, but in particular for however it hits in your chart. If you have placements in Taurus, you know, and or personal planet placements in Aquarius, that would feel a little bit stronger. Or if you have any access points first, you know, for your major house cusps near those areas where Uranus and Saturn are, that would probably have hit you guys a little bit stronger, okay? I'm not looking at your personal charts, but I like to note that because I do have people in here that do know their personal charts, okay? So let's take a look here. Insofar as family is concerned, I see a lot of energy and decisions and possibly some either news surrounding a child or studies or some sort of decision, okay, in regards to family issues. I'm starting out here with the Ten of Cups, the King of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Emperor, and the Empress. The Emperor and Empress hardly ever fall out together, aside from the Hierophant and the High Priestess. That's the highest set of court cards in the deck. All right, the Ten of Cups is representative of ultimate family happiness, and there is something about wanting that here for you, you know, a seeking out of that this month. And you may feel very passionate about getting it, especially with the King of Wands here, or you or somebody else you're dealing with may have a lot of fire in their chart. I do see like that this King of Wands may be engaged in some sort of work, you know, towards something big here to, you know, obtain this ultimate, you know, happiness, all right? You know, there is, with an Emperor and an Empress, like there is, you know, they're leaders. So whether you're talking about your spouse or your own mother and father, this is a very powerful couple, all right? You could be, you know, thinking about your own parents. You could be dealing with a family scenario here, but, you know, the Empress is very nurturing, also can be a business owner, you know, but, and the Emperor is a leader. Now you guys may have focus on, there's some sort of change here that's in, give me this Page of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of decision here about a major foundation. It could involve an actual home. You could be deciding to move home or let go of a certain foundation that you were once accompanied by, or you could be contemplating or watching a decision that you're not sure if it's the right or the wrong decision. Now, some of you could be contemplating a divorce. I don't see that for all of you, but some of you may, okay? Because on this Page of Swords, I got the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands in reverse, and the Eight of Cups. That is indicative of a walk away from something that was a solid foundational base for you, all right? That's a pretty damn big deal. A pretty damn big deal. And this could have arisen around the 7th in particular. You know, that's the moon and Mars would have been trining off with anything that you had in the 4th house in Libra, as you know, and that represents home. And you know, it also would have been trining with what you had going in Saturn. So this could be like a planned thing. I mean, you could have wanted to move homes or change structures so that you could experience more happiness in everyday family life. Okay, and you may be, but you may have to walk away from something that, you know, is emotional to walk away from in one sense or another. Okay, now some of you guys, hold on one second, could also be dealing with a child or somebody younger that's considering going off to school or leaving home or something of that sort, and facing a little indecision about that. If you are a child off in college, you may be like, you know, leaving, you know, or traveling, or not as close to home as you used to be as well. Okay, I don't want to leave any of you out. Give me this King of Wands here, but I do see that this, whatever's going down here, I feel like there's some restrictions around talking, dealing with this King of Wands. If this is you or this is somebody else in a higher position here, this person feels very restricted, and they may feel restricted off from travel or communications, which I already brought up. They may have felt like they made a bad judgment call and they're restricted in one way or another. There may be something specifically related to documents that's being stressed out about here. That's either being held back in some way, or is some kind of weird move was made on here. All right, specifically as it relates to something that's being examined here. Whatever it is taking, it's like hitting your self-esteem a little bit here. Okay, and you do want to break free of this, these restrictions, whether this is a person or this is you. Okay, and I do feel like you're undergoing some sort of examination when it comes to these things that's rather large. Okay, now some of you could feel like you are cut off from a family for one reason or another, either the passing of your own parents or being away from them. Okay, I just want to take a look at something really quickly here. Yeah, I mean, with so much right at your 7th house cusp, you know, by the time we get to in the full moon, I feel as if somebody could be coming in or out of your life on a partnership basis that's really, really big. Okay, we did have a vertex point right by that. That's at the 7th house cusp for you, especially if you were born at the beginning of Cancer. That would be especially strong. Okay. Especially strong. Like, they literally can represent people coming in or out of your life. Okay, this may be a person that would lead to a long-term commitment, or there could be a breakup of a long-term commitment. Okay, that was also squaring off with you know, some areas of the 9th and 10th house cusp. So there could be something related to the break or change that you're contemplating in your foundations that affect you, your ability to move, and or a career matter as well, since that's hovering so close to your 10th house cusp ruler of Aries. You know, Jupiter is right by the cusp, and it's now, you know, going to be moving back into Aries this month. Okay, by the time we get to this new moon on the 23rd, I feel like some of this, you know, will really be in high gear with whatever else you're setting up and or changing in your areas of partnerships. You're going to have a lot of activity. And while Capricorn isn't always a sign that I think of as like a hot sign, not by meaning that like they're not attractive. Capricorns can be extremely attractive, but they're very into work and structure and routine, and there is a lot of positive energy. Though you don't have Mars in there, there's just, you're going to have Venus and Mercury and Pluto. So I just feel like, and a new moon, you know, it's like on one end of Capricorn is going to be the new moon for new beginnings, and on the other end of Capricorn is Pluto, highly tied to transformation, and there's some positive aspects with Pluto. It's not negatively aspected. So I do feel like this is like something big coming to culmination towards some new beginnings that you want in partnerships. okay? And this may require the breaking away of some old things that you were tied to in your career, okay? Give me this Emperor. So on this Emperor, I'm getting justice. It's possible that you're dealing with some sort of father figure or healing something to do with something, some heartbreak surrounding a father figure. That could have been a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay. Others of you, like I said, could be involved in the justice system. There may have been like languishing old heartbreak or something surrounding the loss of somebody or surrounding a breakup. And if you are going through a breakup, I'm sorry, or if your parents are, there may be some feelings of abandonment or lack or something like this attached to that. This is interesting. Specifically related to work and some new beginnings related to work, okay? You are showing up here and or possibly a Pisces on this Empress, okay? The Empress is also highly tied to Taurus and Libra, all right? But anything with a very strong Venus, all right? I am feeling like there's something that somebody might be giving up in work or something that didn't get off the ground, or there's some big change in work related to these two people here. All right, and if you are settling something legally, I feel as if it's going to give you a lot of relief from something that was pent up or tied up. There may be some feelings of abandonment going on here. I don't know if somebody really didn't want to say goodbye or there was some languishing heartache or something like this, but I am getting that strongly. For some of you, I'm getting that either this couple is not talking or you can't talk to them for some reason, or at least one of them, okay? Whether they're not here anymore or they're divorced or communication's cut off because of something else that happened in the family. I'm going to dive a little bit further into it here, okay? Let me just pull in case I get any repeaters, a different set of cards here. Give me this Fool. On this second aisle in your love life, I have a Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like some of you may be married and or thinking of taking a fool's leap when it comes to either marriage or a specific feminine energy here. All right, now there may have been something stupid that was done, again, with this heartbreak. There's some sort of, offer to, we have, you popped here with like on some oracle service and a change of season. So I do feel like whatever internally is going on, you're going to set your sights on some new beginnings, all right? That are going to be rather big, that you're going to feel very committed to. Now, a lot of activity like that in the 7th house, especially if a new relationship comes in, could lead to commitment. Very much could lead to commitment. If you meet somebody new and start dating them, you may feel very serious about that person, okay? And I do see the possibility of, some new love here. Now, some of you guys may need to engage in contracts, or there might be something to do with like you living far away from somebody or something of this sort that you're a little bit nervous about with this new base, all right? And some of you could just receive some truths about, hang on, something about learning to love here is very important, okay? And sometimes a Cancer, can feel very, they're very nurturing, they're very loving, but if they've been hurt, they can kind of be a little bit guarded when it comes to their heart, okay, and things that they're used to. I do see here a 7 of Swords. I'm not sure if you're lying about how you feel with somebody or if there was some sort of deception here, specifically, revolving around communications, or if you're going to be speaking or like taking your mask off, or somebody else is going to be taking a mask off sometime here in the month of December here, all right? And I'm specifically seeing this in relation to possibly a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, okay? Hang on a second. Because the Queen of Wands has popped up twice on the Seven of Swords. I have the High Priestess, the Eight of Rods, the Queen of Rods, and the very next card here is the Queen of Rods. Woof. With the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Oh. Some of you guys might get like very hot very quickly with somebody, or facing some sort of loss of a love, you know, one where like you have regrets. There's like something to do with regrets here. I don't know if you picked one person over the other. Okay, that's clearly possible. I also see that there might be something going on between an earth and a fire sign here. Okay, sun, moon, or rising, that is rather painful, and you may be trying to heal that in the month by being of service to this person. Okay, all right, and there may be like baby steps that are needed here, but there may have been some sort of, hold on. I feel like something's going on either with your domestic environment as a spouse or somebody else in the family that's very, either has earth in their chart or is very nurturing. Maybe it may be multiple people. And I feel like there's a chance here to reignite love or to tap into a brand new beginning with this person that may have been put on hold. But there may also be some news that was unexpected or some breakdown of a structure. Pardon me, I feel like or a Scorpio involved here. Hold on. Somebody may have been waiting on some sort of news or waiting on a decision here. Okay, that's rather large. Hold on, give me this Tower. Some of you guys may be like very emotional about something, again, changing a structure that is something that you're used to as your base. Or somebody may have been holding on to this structure too tightly. And the way to growth, it needs to be the release of this thing, all right? And for some reason, there is like some sort of service, you know, that you need to engage in order to tap into this change. All right, and to tap into the gifts of this seasonal change. And I do believe that you will be able to, especially with all that energy in the in the houses. All right, particularly in your 7th house. And I just want to take a look at this real quick. You know, I don't know if like maybe it's possible that your mate feels like you're not engaging in as much in the relationship as they are. For those of you that are, or that might be you, for those of you that are, you know, and for those of you that tried to get back together with somebody or something like this and it just didn't work out. It's like something got killed and you're experiencing sadness over it. Now, whether that's a realization that you're having and then want to change is also a possibility. All right, and I do see a base here to be able to build something new, specifically following some heartbreak. Now, some of you could have had a Libra, okay, or, you know, in your life that had some heart issues. All right, if you're a child or something like this, okay, that's entirely possible. Some of you may actually be in the service-related field of medicine or something like this as well, or need to caretake for somebody that's had surgery within the month of December, okay, or need some yourself. I see it going, you know, fine. It's just that it's kind of necessary, and there may be, for whatever reason, this is just very emotional for you, okay? I do show it as a stepping stone, and I do see you dropping some of your masks. If you were wearing a mask, if you feel like you've had to put on a front in any way, I feel as if you want to drop that mask, Okay, now you may feel that somebody else was putting on a front with you, especially, you know, if they're one of those signs that I mentioned. I do see that changing, okay, and I do see some healing coming through, being of service to others, okay. Give me this down here. I want to, you know, again, I feel like something is also clicking off with the career here, that that like maybe something that you really wanted is no longer what you wanted in your career, and that there's some sadness around that, okay? I feel like some kind of thing that you wish for, you don't have, and it may have been a reconciliation or some sort of gathering. If there was a wedding that either you called off or somebody else in the family called off, that could also be a possibility. There is like a need to be accepting of that, but I do feel like this has to do with your outer sphere, so I feel like it's in the family rather than you personally possibly, or something at work, okay? You may be a little bit sad about letting go of something here, and I think I've already said that with this, but you're really popping strongly here for this Saturn-Uranus square that's still tickering. So I'm going to take a look at the chart as soon as I'm done pulling these. Some of you may have also had a position that you wanted or were competing for, okay, that you really are making, you know, really looking at with a fine-tooth comb. You and your mate may have had like a competitive dichotomy between you two as well, that interfered with your ability, if interfered with your relationship, okay? Or some sort of competition, all right, interfered with your relationship. There also may be something to do with the acceptance of some things that hold on a second. Give me this Eight of Cups. I do feel like, again, that some of you may be walking away from something at work that you used to believe gave you a lot of security, or you thought was going to be your dream job, or you thought was going to be your dream business. Some of you may be selling a business. Some of you may be selling a business, and some of you may have like feel like you are putting on a show at work about. Some of you may be like keeping under the radar that you're thinking of selling a business or thinking of moving, whether moving actual locations physically or moving companies or something of this sort, okay? Give me this King of Cups. And with all the activities in the 7th house, this can absolutely occur, you know, and or be planned for. I do see some opportunity coming in here, possibly for a new contract. You may get like an offer for work or wrap some contract deal up in December, either a sale, or, you know, if you're a salesperson, some sort of sale related to work or a business that you may get an offer on for a contract, okay, that makes you want to walk away, okay. This could be related to, but I see you moving, like, because I have on this King of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands, so I do feel like this is an opportunity related to work, you know, and maybe, you know, you get a better offer, like if you're taking in offers, on a business or something like this, that one comes in, or people compete for you or something like this, okay? Give me this Two of Swords, but then here you are again with the indecision. You're a little bit scared to take the leap. This is the second time the Fool is. You're a little bit scared to take the leap. Okay, hold on. That's the truth. You may be scared to make a move here, okay? Now, some of you could run into somebody or something on a creative project that you're just afraid to spread your wings with, but I feel like you need to, and I feel like there is a period of seeking inner guidance on this. and a lot of spiritual growth that's like possible for you if you take this opportunity. But I do sense a little bit of fear on your part. But but at the same time, I feel like you are looking to leave something that meant a lot to you for security purposes, that was almost like, and Cancer's very into their security, a security blanket when it came to work. At a certain place or with a business or something of this sort. Feel like you're not sure what to do. And I do feel like, I don't know if you feel like you're not being heard at work. It's quite possible. Or if you feel like you're asking, I don't know if you pray, or if like you're missing somebody that you can't talk to, that you want to ask for advice from, but you can't on something that you would normally talk to something about. That's also a possibility, okay? About this decision. I'm gonna dive some more into it. Let me just pull a different deck here for this last aisle. I do feel like you need to keep going. I feel like you've got a lot of going on, of big changes that, I mean, I'm not gonna downplay them. These are some big things, okay? And with Venus so close to that 7th house cusp and ruling your 11th house as well as your 4th house, I feel like something may come in from a wider network that's just kind of like scary. Because it could disrupt your base or your home or your foundation. And some of you, there could be a lot of discussions about that, okay? About this new turning point with a partner if you are happily coupled. Others of you could be, again, dealing with something foreign, like somebody may, if like you are looking for a partnership, that partner may be foreign or not live close to you or something of this sort. Looking at the chart, okay. Give me this Hermit. I do feel like some of you guys are blocking some stuff out, or did block some stuff out to regain your balance on something here. And so far as a self-care aisle, self-care kind of thing. And if some of you like haven't been, like if you used to be a player or you played the field or something like this, you may have taken a break from dating for a little while, okay? I don't know if that'll last, but some of you may have kept from. Now, some of you could have feelings for somebody that you failed to act on because of your well-being, and it wasn't the right time to jump on something. That's also possible, but I do see a lot of inward reflection here. But there's there may have been some sort of non-movement or stall out or block out to tapping back into like a flame or your passion here, okay? Give me the 2 of Wands. And a lot of this is tied up with movement, either actual travel and or communications. There's something here that you want very badly, and it's like whatever you can set your mind to, you can get, Cancer. What's going on, Cancer? But there's something that's like, internally, I see a big burden here. All right, it could have to do with a relationship or your passion or seeking a new relationship. I'm getting a lot of fire energy. This King of Wands is popping back up here with this 10 of Wands and this Mother of Cups. Like you may have issues between a couple or in a love relationship here that's just been a really heavy burden of baggage, and some of you may have been concealing or hiding how burdensome it was to you in one way or another. Now this could have to do again with this couple, but I do feel like there is a lot of love for this person or something here, but there was something here dropped, okay? And you may be still processing that let go, okay? Jesus. All right, and I do see you like coming out and really tapping in here to communicating about your options when it comes to a happy home life and what that entails for you. All right, and that may be changing on some internal level that you're processing. That Cancer, I lost you for a second. I had to change my battery. I am getting that like some contract or offer is going to come in. Either you are going to make the offer or somebody else is. It could be in multiple areas, but for whatever reason, it has the potential to make you a very happy home life. And it's tied into your home life, all right? And there is either some sense of abandonment, either about a divorce your parents had here showing up, okay, in this first row, that's affected your self-esteem that you're processing right now, or have been in the process of processing, that has affected these other lanes. All right, and it could also be about something to do with a past relationship as well for you, or the breakup of one. All right, but I'm strongly getting if it was that you probably had children together. If it was, okay. Otherwise, this is going back to your parents or someone in your family, specifically a father and mother. Okay. Paternal or maternal figures. It could be a set of grandparents as well, okay? And there's some abandonment connected with this father, okay? And heartbreak. And some sort of new beginning for the female figure. Now, alternatively, it could be that you know, there's no sex in tarot. These could be totally flipped. You know, they could be male male, female female. They could be but somebody with a very prominent Mars, possibly an Aries or Scorpio, okay, and then you know, I've got Libra in here and Taurus as well, or very prominent Venus, okay. But whatever, this is like matriarchal and patriarchal figures to you in your life, okay. Whether you are in that role yourself, you know, if you're 35 or above and you have fire in your chart, I don't know if you're in here for sun, moon, or rising, this absolutely could be you. If so, having to do with your parents or a prior breakup of yours that you're processing, or you felt like you lost your foundation, you felt all tied up from, okay? And for whatever reason, it affected your self-esteem. But here on this love aisle, there is something about serving others, okay? I don't know if you haven't been doing that in your relationship, if you are happy, but there's some change that's coming around with that, okay? And processing of old sadness, okay? That could also affect your business partnerships as well. Because there's so much activity in the 7th house, I don't want to say not, but I do feel like there is a waiting on an offer here, and an offer that comes in here on the work front. Okay, and you may have wanted to hold on to something or had something planned. You know, again, I feel like I already mentioned that somebody in the family may have called off a wedding, canceled a wedding, or had a divorce here. That's of prominence for you this month, okay? Or that you're just reflecting on for one reason or another. And I do see you in a reflected mode of like acceptance and then perseverance towards what you really want. And I think that you will be coming out and communicating on these things from your intuition here, okay, to make a move of some significance, all right? And it's like your inward work, it gets better over time. You know, like you've come a long way type vibe feeling here. And I do think that it's gonna, you know, I think that it's going to come about in some sort of offer here. And I think you're gonna feel a little bit guarded about the offer, like you're not sure if you want to take it or not, take this leap or not, but you want to. You feel like passionate and like it's a good offer, like that it's part of your growth to do here, you know, and that it's a wish fulfillment. So freaking do it. I mean, do it is the advice here. And I do feel like some reason you're going to be communicating that. Now, for some of you, maybe you're communicating with somebody that you see some sort of future or legacy with, or something that you think is going to get better over time or develop over time very well. But I do see some sort of burdens here, okay, related to either family, a water sign and a fire sign, or possibly some sort of love relationship here. And this could have to do with you loving yourself as well. and the burden to really tap into that and how that can affect your family life and relationships as well. And I do feel like there may have been an opportunity that was walked away from here, or a contract or an offer of some sort sometime this month. Okay, now for some of you, you could have walked away from a previous romantic offer that you wanted, that you like ditched or something like that. Some of you could be thinking of some person that got away. Now, whether you're going to go back after that person on a month like this, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Give me some advice for my Cancer. I can't wait to do your Singled and Troubled in Love now. You know, I just want to see if I have any other. There's just some sort of revelation here as well on the love front, where you realize like the truth of needing a strong base of friendship for love, and that feeling of wanting to be best friends with somebody in love as well. Okay, and how important that is to feed the relationship. There's also some realization as to that. Okay, and there's also a realization either about some communications between either a Pisces and fire sign that may have been deceptive, or you may have felt like you needed to put on a show in one way or another in your love life previously. Okay, this Queen of Wands is like, this is either you, sun, moon, or rising, showing up here, or just with all that fire energy from the moon being in conjunction with Mars earlier in the month. But there may be some like quick talk in your love life, okay, about sadness in your love life, or loss of love, or some love that was lost. Okay, and for one reason or another, this may have affected you on a domestic front, or you may just be facing pains of like wanting to have a close, strong foundation and big relationship, but the ones you previously had, or something didn't work out, or you know, or something here is not working out that you're discussing, that you're holding on to, that was actually like holding you back from your own growth. Okay, I feel like you are going to break out of it here, because I feel like these opportunities are going to come in. But the shit that I'm showing here, which is tied into family and your love life here, is really painful. So I'm sorry, Cancer. I'm sorry. Why is the moon here? Just want to ask one question. But whatever it is, the key to your love life is to engage in service. Engage in, like, it's like there's some sort of tapping into a new beginning in love and offering something tangible. You may offer somebody something tangible. And it may be somebody that you've known from the past. Okay, it could, this again, for whatever reason, is tied back into your family life because of these repeating cards with different decks on both these aisles. So that's why I feel like for whatever reason, this love thing and family thing is tied into each other, and it's some sort of healing or new beginning with it is of prominence. Okay, now for those of you that have been through a divorce, you may have been afraid to bring a new love around your family or something like this, or to try out again. And I see you a little bit stressed out about domestic issues. Or being a mother or a mother figure, but I feel as if you'll be fine. You'll be fine, and I do see a brand new beginning, but there's some sort of emotional issue here with tapping into the brand new beginning, and it's such positive energy. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Six Cups. That's like a very nostalgic, overflowing cup of love, brand new beginning in love, or a brand new beginning with somebody you love. Okay, that's either somebody brand new after some heartache, but there is this theme of service. Maybe, you know, if you do find somebody new, maybe they're just very different than anything you've had before in love. And that could scare you a little bit. Like, their ability to nurture might scare you a little bit. But that's usually you. I mean, you're the nurturer, so I don't, you know, Now it's possible that you're fretting about some way that you feel like you didn't nurture somebody properly or something like this, you know, but there's some sort of tower revelation here. Now there could be some secrets that come out due to this that cause some sadness, but the keynote here is that like seasons do change, and there's something here about you being of service to others here that's going to benefit your love life. So enjoy that. That looks freaking beautiful, Cancer. Okay. I will be doing a check-in for the I will be doing a all signs check-in. There's some sort of victory here to closing out a stage, either with a partner or in a domestic environment. I mean, I've had the King and Queen of Pentacles. That's like very much representative of husband and wife, if not very mature older people. I told you this also could relate back to your parents, but there is a victory in this ending or new phase that you're going to go into. Okay, so I'm sorry, this ringer's on. Let me just turn this ringer off. Oh, hold on one second. This is Cancer. Let me just take a look here real quick. What is this world? You may have like some sort of contract come up about the give and take. Again, you may be negotiating contracts in relation to investments and thinking about what your return could be, something of this sort. I also see for some of you, you may be contemplating two offers, where like you may have been contemplating something and not sure what to do, and really looking at really reading the fine print and thinking about some big decision that affects your foundation or home very, very heavily, and not fully expressing yourself, or this other person with possibly some fire isn't. All right, but I feel like you are looking at an opportunity, and you may be saying no to an opportunity here in the beginning of the month, and then you wind up getting an offer that is a wish fulfillment by going into your intuition and weighing up your options here. Okay, and there is something, it might be like hard or burdensome about what to do, this offer that you're waiting up. I mean, it is like kind of getting you at an internal level here. Hang on one second. But I do see, you know, and for a lot of you, I feel like it relates to a contract or a friendship or work or balance with investments, okay? Because I do think if you make a big change, obviously it would change where your investments are, or how they're divvied out, or something of this sort. All right, and the suggestion is, I mean, I have Father of Pentacles with the World and the Six of Wands. For those of you that are getting divorced, it's suggestive that that divorce, you know, is gonna, it will go over well if you let the cycle close. For others of you, I feel like this is about the balance of give and take in a relationship and or partnership at work, friendship, something else of that sort. And for some of you, you may, again, be turning down one offer for another, and whatever this offer is that you're weighing over here is pretty heavy, but there is victory in letting a cycle completely close out, okay? Now, and for those of you that felt like you would not like achieve a victory in love, I feel like you will. I feel like you will, like for those of you that thought I'll never get married or something of this sort, like you will. There's something else ahead in the future here, okay? With that, all right? Just see you a little bit excited and stressed out here. Give me this. Some of you guys may be like afraid to jump in like the love sphere again or something like this. A little bit stressed out about it. A little bit stressed out to move on, or to actually physically move. Okay, and this move is big, and it ties your work to your love life here. all right? And for whatever reason, it's bringing up issues or feelings about family and home and your foundations, and it's doing a real number on you here, Cancer. But again, if you just go back and plug into being of service, you know, in your love life, and you know, accepting things when it comes to your career, then when they're meant to close out the cycles that you're going through, because I do see the main goal here as ultimate family happiness, all right, in everyday life, and somehow that means more than money, okay, to you, which to a Cancer it normally does. However, Cancer also likes their security, you know, so if there's some sort of changes here where you would have to consider letting go of old structures or places you're used to, that can be a little bit daunting at times, okay? If you have fire in your chart, definitely check. I'm not going to go through all of them here for the sake of time, but definitely check what's banging off in your chart, you know, because it's just so prominent here, this fire sign, that I have a feeling for some of you it's going to be your sun, moon, and rising, or if it's not, another individual here, okay? It looks very exciting, all right? And you do look to come out of this phase. You may have a couple offers, and you may be, you may have put somebody else off on an offer. Like put somebody to the side on new love, you know, and then this other thing comes in. Winds up being better offer. Or a better person. Take it as it resonates. All right, I will see you later. Bye, Cancer.